Today, Liam, Halliburton, and I are playing a best 2 out of 3 with our Charizard EX deck lists from Orlando. There were some technical difficulties on Liam's side, so unfortunately, we will only have voiceover and commentary on my side of things, but I still hope that this is an educational and entertaining battle to watch between the 5th place and 1st place Charizard EX decks from Orlando. Alright, I won the coin flip for game 1, so I'm going to definitely choose to go second here. Winning a coin flip's a nice advantage, but really it can still go either way. And this is also a pretty nice start. Liam and I both know each other's lists since these are the Orlando lists, so I know he's not playing Ari, so I can also play my turn knowing that. Okay, really good setup from Liam for going first without a supporter. So he's got Charmander, Bidoof, Pidgey, Rotom V. The whole gang's here. Like I said during setup, I can go for Call for Family this turn. I think that's definitely a viable option, especially with this hand. I'm not sure if I really need to use Rotom or Cleffa. So we could go Arven for Poffin and Stone, and then Call for Family. Well, let's use our Arven and see if Bidoof is prized, if B-Barrel's prized, seeing what options we have to work with there. Both Bidoof and B-Barrel are prized, so if I were to go Nest Ball for Rotom, Farseal Stone, use the Farseal Stone for Buddy Poffin, I'll have double Pidgey, double Mander, and then I get to draw with Instant Charge. Yeah, that seems pretty good now that I know what is prized. Go ahead and get these. And like I said, the hand is already so good that if Liam doesn't need to use an Iono next turn, I'm really set here. So we're going to go ahead, play that Stone, use the Stone for Poffin, and then we also get to Instant Charge, because we don't really need the Call for Family. There's not extra Pokemon I really need with that. And I also would say it's pretty unlikely that we see a turn 2 like Gust plus Choice Belt knock out the Rotom V, and that wouldn't even be the worst thing in the world, especially if it involved Liam going like Candy Pidgeot, Candy Zard, don't put down a Bibarel, no more Charmanders. I could always respond with a TM Devo, because TM Devo's in the deck right now. I don't need to attach energy, we're just going to Instant Charge for 3. Ultra Balling away a Charmeleon and a Yelcheer. The Yelcheer's pretty fine to get rid of as long as he's not going for like a bossing stall strategy, which actually, when we played in day 1, Liam did go for the boss stall strategy in our second game, which I ended up winning. So get the Pidgeot EX set up. Oh, hold on. Going for the double candy here. I wonder if Liam forgets that I play the Devo. And then Iono. Okay. The Iono is really strong. So that's actually a really nice turn 2 setup. But I do have Arven for the Devo if I want to use it. He does get Bibarel. So the Bibarel softens the blow of the Devo because he can just put that back down. But, I mean, if I Devo, that means I can't Instant Charge. But my hand is not great here. I guess I'm going to have to see what I draw. But, yeah, I think Devo's good. If I send up Pidgey, then I have to go for the Prime Catcher, send up Radiant Charizard. Oh no, I could just attach Retreat into Radiant Charizard Devo for free with Radzard, regardless of which Pokemon I send up. Or I can just sack the Charmander, but I don't really want to sack a Charmander. This way, if I get Pidgeot off the top, I can... Okay, or if I get Rare Candy off the top, that also works, because I can Ultra Ball for Pidgeot now. Okay, yeah, so sending up Pidgey was correct. Ultra Ball Devo, Ultra Ball away, Manaphy Fire Energy. We'll set this up. Liam doesn't play Devo, so this is fine to do. And then we'll quick search. So yeah, I'm going to Devo with the Radzard. I already have Prime Catcher in my hand anyway. And I think the best thing here to do, I've already played Arven, so it's just going to be quick search for Charmeleon, get the Mander ready to go. Bench this, Devo. And then we'll use the Devo for free because of Excited Heart. The Bibarel of devolving doesn't matter, but devolving the Pidgeot and the Charizard could buy me a turn here against Liam's very aggressive start. Okay, so Retreat, Instant Charge, trying to save the Charmander with Choice Belt on it. I have Ultra Ball here. I do have Prime Catcher. I think my best case scenario is Prime Catcher knock out the B-Barrel or the Pidgeot, but also potentially an Iono. So let's go quick search. I feel like my odds of hitting either Charizard EX or one of two Ultra Balls, because this one's going to go to the bottom of the deck. Yeah, I'm going to go with this play. I think the odds are well enough in my favor that this is worth going for, because if I get this play, it could be absolutely massive. So what I'm going for here is Prime Catcher up the Bibarel, because I need to get this Radzard out of the active anyway. Go Pidgeot EX active. And then I could just Ultra Ball immediately for the Charizard and knock out Bibarel, but that doesn't feel great leaving them with a 12-card hand. So I also don't need this energy attached anywhere. Attaching this energy prior to the Iono doesn't do me any good. So then I'm just going to Iono and hope for either an Ultra Ball or a Charizard EX off of the Iono. And we do get Ultra Ball off of the Iono. That's why setting up the Charmeleon was so important last turn. Okay, so I can go Ultra Ball away. I'm down 1 energy. It's probably just going to be Charmander Poffin, although that Poffin can be used to get another Pidgey, but my other Pidgey's already in the discard pile. So yeah, I'm going to go Charmander Poffin here with the Ultra Ball. We'll grab our Zard. I would love to get another Charmeleon down, but that's just not going to happen right now. We can actually go knock out the Bibarel with Pidgeot, and then retreat the Pidgeot and swing, and then they would have to boss hit the Pidgeot again to knock it out. That's if they even get a knockout with it, or if they even get an attack next turn. This is better. We'll just go with this. And we can always start charging up Radzard. Yeah, we'll charge up Radzard by 1. And then I also have this manual attachment that can go to the Charmander. I also have another Charmander I can bench. I think I'm fine with that. And then retreat Burning Darkness. So I could have also went for knocking out the Rotom V, which is a double prizer, and it would put me on even prizing at 4 prizes to 5, which is really nice. But I think I'd rather take out their draw support in combination with Iono and the Devo 2 turns ago. So I think I went with the best line. It's sometimes it's hard to tell until the game's over if you went with the best line in the Charizard mirror. Okay, if Liam knocks out my Rotom V here, he's getting Rock Sand. Okay, yeah, not gonna do that. Super Rod, probably Bidoof, Bibarel, and Melian. No, Bidoof, Bibarel, Fire, because he plays double Melian. And a Cleffa, that's interesting. I think next turn I just knock out this Bidoof again, because he only has 1 rare candy remaining. Yeah, I just want to knock out the Bidoof. So quick search for boss, knock out Bidoof. He knocks out my Charizard. I Rock Sand. Yeah, sounds good to me. And the TM Devo did exactly what it's supposed to do in this situation. Liam had a really scary turn 2. Really aggressive, impressive turn 2. And Devo just kind of circumvents that from snowballing the game away. He might just take this turn to Grasping Draw, which is pretty fine. Uses the second Super Rod and Grasping Draw. Okay. So my next play is definitely boss hit the Charizard. I could have Iono him down to 5 and just swing. Go down to 3. He knocks out my Charizard. I have to boss hit that turn. Because the thing is, I really want to establish another Charmeleon here, but I can't do that and boss at the same time. Because next turn, he can Iono me to 4? Do I really care about being Iono to 4? And he knocks out Charizard. I could attack with 1 more energy with Radzard if I really need to. Okay. We're going for the boss hit Charizard. That's got to be correct. And swing. And from here, I feel pretty comfortable to close out the game. So let's see. We're going to go Super Rod, of course. We need some fire energy back in the deck. And we do have another Charmeleon. I have both of my other Charizards, so it's just going to be all fire energy actually here. And then quick search for Zard. Candy the Zard down. And Infernal Rain. We'll get... let's see. That was only my first Super Rod played, I believe. Yeah, so we can be greedy with this. I'm not even sure if this is greedy. It might just be correct. If I go 2 energy to Pidgeot, knock out the Pidgeot, knock out Zard with Pidgeot, and then he returns KOs to Pidgeot with anything but Radzard, I just win. And this does knock out. It's exact math to knock out 120 plus 210, 330. And like, I know he doesn't play Hero's Cape, right? So he's going to go down to 1 prize, and then I just win with Charizard. Roxanne. Ultra Ball these 2 away for Charmeleon. I'm out of bosses, so I don't think holding the Ultra Ball for Lumineon later on mattered at all. And then Knockout. Okay, it's going to be an Iono plus Grasping Jaw, I guess. Or maybe if you hit Bibarel there, he can make something happen. But still, this is just such a bad position for Liam. Okay, knocking out Charmeleon would be great, but I'm out of Gust Effect, so it's just going to be Swing. And then I only need to take 1 more prize card to win the game. Yeah, I think it's just Quick Search for Iono, right? Like, I have the Iono left in the deck, why not? Let's dump some Buddy Poffins. Iono down to 3, Swing. I even get another Charizard, don't really need it. So, what is his play here? His play would be knock out my Charizard EX. And if he knocks out my Charizard EX and goes down to 1, then all I need is Super Rod Zard. I already have Zard in hand, so I guess his best situation... He definitely has a line to come back here. It's Counter Catcher Gust Charizard EX. And I'm out of Gust Effects myself, I believe. Let's see, did I use... Yeah, I used Prime Catcher and both bosses. So yeah, that's definitely Liam's line here. But he'd also have to disrupt my hand, because I have Quick Search for Super Rod. Wait, is he out of energy? Infernal Rain for nothing? Oh, is his win condition I prized Toro? I'm... Okay, so I have 1 fire in the deck. If I either collapse or Toro, so I can Ultra Ball away Iono Bibarel for Lumineon, and then collapse, and then Quick Search for Super Rod. Okay, so this has to be Quick Search for Super Rod. And if I put those 2 into the discard and then evolve, and I swing, so I don't need those cards. I don't even have to collapse, I can just use the Toro. But then if I use the Toro, I need 1 energy left over for if something else gets bossed up. No, because I'll have the 1 fire energy left over. Okay, perfect. Yeah, Liam was playing for one of these pieces had to be prized and then he can win. That's what's pretty great about the Charizard mirror is even these games where I had such a large lead, Liam can find some kind of line to try to come back with. Yeah, my Radzard can attack for 1 more energy, that would win the game. So yeah, we're just going to do this. Infernal Rain 2 to Charizard and then we leave the last energy in the deck. So I almost got punished for the energy on the Pidgeot, but not quite. And then... the new win condition is my last energy is prized, but it's not. Yep, GG. This is a fantastic hand for going first. The Pidgeot makes it even better. Really, really good. So let's prize check here. We have second Pidgey prized. We have Bidoof prized again, but not Bibarel this time. So it looks like it's going to be a triple Charmander start. All 6 energy in the deck. You'll love to see that. Oh, double Charmeleon is kind of sick. I can go Arven for Candy the Pidgeot, but then I don't get to Candy Charizard. I think Candy Pidgeot's just always correct, because then what I can do is I can hold on to either Choice Belt or Defiance Band. I think Choice Belt comes up first. I could also just like flash the Devo to scare him, maybe. Like, okay, the Devo is impressed, but my plan is Candy Pidgeot retreat into Cleffa. So I guess the question is, which tool do I not mind putting down early? We're gonna pop in the Cleffa. Candy Pidgeot. There's like almost nothing I want here. I guess like Iono for next turn, or... yeah, Iono for next turn might be good. Because, yeah, I'm just free retreating into Cleffa, attaching this belt somewhere. Knowing that the opponent doesn't play Airy and doesn't play Devo, just makes me feel very comfortable with kind of going with the line that seems strongest and knowing that there's not a lot of risk. Heat Tackle 30, taking the first KO. So, I mean, yeah, obviously send up Pidgeot. So, from here, I can knock out Rotom, go down to 4. That seems pretty great. I'll dump those two. Bidoof's in the prizes. If we get it, we can just super rod it anyway. I need to see if Tauro's in the deck. Okay, Tauro is in the deck, because I'm thinking Tauro next turn, after the Charizard gets hit, is going to be pretty nice. We don't need this Charizard. So the Choice Belt's pointless now, so we could just evolve the one with Choice Belt for now. So if we want Defiance Band on our Zard later, we can have it. I could also knock out the Bieberol with Pidgeot, but I think I'd just rather stay on even prizes. I think it's a misplay to go to odd prizes. We'll get 3 out of the deck. We don't want the energies clogging up the deck right now. 2 on Zard, 1 on Melian. Prime Catcher up Rotom. And then we haven't quick searched yet, so we can do that after the Iono. We see what we want from it. I guess a collapsed stadium there could have been interesting, but like Liam always just discards the Charmander. It's not that big of a deal. Okay, we got Charizard. It feels kind of wrong to not just set up this Charizard. I think that's just correct. And then this board is very, very stable. Get 1 out of there, 1 from my hand as well. Alright, so what I'm thinking here is I could hit Charizard, let them knock out my Charizard, and then go Counter Catcher, knock out Pidgeot. I'm going to bench Bidoof. I am also going to bench Radiant Charizard. Yeah, I think I want to let them take this knockout. And then when that's knocked out, I can shuffle back 2 Fires and a B-Barrel. I could very easily just Tauro here. Yeah, I'd rather hit here, and even if they Tauro, I get to knock out their Pidgeot, unless they Tauro up the Pidgeot or collapse the Pidgeot away. In which case, then I'll just be knocking out Charizard. Seems solid to me. Do I have an Arven in hand already? I don't. So I'm just going to grab an Arven, because I'm going to want Defiance Band plus Counter Catcher next turn. Collapsing away the Pidgeot would be, I think collapsing Pidgeot, so Liam collapsing his own Pidgeot and Tauroing up the Charizard, it's probably the best thing he can do. Because, like, he has to know I'm going for the Pidgeot next turn. Unless Defiance Band is prized. That's his one play, I guess. Okay, go down to 4. Makes sense. But then I go down to 2. My Radzard would need 3 energy to attack. Can I do that? So if I Tauro Charizard EX... Super Odd Energies back in. Charizard 3 to my Radiant Charizard. Knock out Charizard EX with Radzard. Go down to 2. They boss KO my Pidgeot. They go down to 2. Then it's just swing, swing. So quick search for Tauro. I have the other Super Odd in here, so I think this is going to just be the winning play. And this is possible because I have 6... all 6 energy in deck. Okay. We put down Mander. We do this. And again, I do think this opens some sort of like trying to beat me with boss trapping sort of play, but I still have Collapse Stadium in my deck. And I also have Vacuum to remove his Collapsed Stadium. So I can remove a Pokemon with Collapsed and then Super Rod its energies back into the deck. So I'm not worried. I could Ultra Ball here for Bidoof, but I think Bidoof is more of a liability than potential to help. Could be wrong on that. Let's see. Ultra Ball away, Rotom, and Charmeleon. How many candies am I down? Down 2 candies, so candy isn't that big of a deal. If I get the Bidoof, so if I do this and then Liam knocks out my Pidgeot, I just need boss to win. I haven't used Forest Seal Stone yet. Okay. I'm not going to go for the Bidoof here. Okay, so predicting what Liam's going to do is Gust and hit my Charizard that only has 1 energy. Or Gust, Defiance Band, knock out my Charizard with 2 energy. Or knock out my Pidgeot. Yeah, I think actually he just has to knock out my Pidgeot, because then if I have Gust his Pidgeot, I win. Well, no, that's only if he goes to Defiance Band play on a Charizard EX and knocks it out, then that's just a losing play. I also, yeah, so misplay on my part. I super rotted the Bidoof back into the deck. I should have super rotted the Luminion back into the deck. Because it turns out I'm not actually using the Bidoof this game, but I could have Ultra Balled for Luminion for boss for game. Pass? I'm confused with the pass, I think. Doesn't this just give me more time to fix my misplay by not super rotting the Luminion in? I only need 2 prizes to win, but I guess next turn he can boss KO my Pidgeot now. I can just retreat and hit, though. So I could just pass here. And if he knocks out my Pidgeot, this isn't candied. Yeah, Devo doesn't do much. This is tricky. Dump those, and then if he bosses up my Radzard, I super rod and win. Let's take care of a couple of other things maybe, or do we not need to? I'm gonna leave my hand as is. Like, if he Roxanne's or Ionos me, it definitely sucks, but I also don't want to play any cards preemptively. I'd rather they go back into my deck than being gone. Like, I'd rather not play a card when it's not necessary to play it, and it go back into my deck, and I have to find it again, than play it prematurely on, like, the wrong target or something. Like, for example, the Lost Vacuum. I could Lost Vacuum Defiance Span, but then if Liam plays his own Collapse down, let's see. If Liam plays his own Collapse down, then I might not be able to collapse something away if I need to. Here comes the boss on the Radzard. I think his play is hoping I don't have my other Super Rod. Oh, okay, okay. So the Lost Vacuum on Defiance Span could have changed this, but I just put Luminion back into my deck, so I win. Unless he collapses the Zard away. He could collapse the Zard away. Nope, okay, GG. And I have boss in my hand already anyway, so yeah, I didn't put the fish back in, but I have the Super Rod to put the fish back in. But I also have the boss in my hand from the Quick Search last turn, so that's just GG. I hope you enjoyed today's feature match between myself and Liam Halliburton. If you'd like to see more videos like this or have any suggestions for future episodes like this one, let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe, and thanks so much for watching today here on Celio's Network.